Hi, Dr. Alderman. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Good afternoon.
Good. I wanted to speak to you today just about community engagement and
Okay.
how we bring that into our school.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, I have a few questions to ask if that's okay with you.
Sure.
All right, the first one, who are our current community partners?
So at the local school level, when we talk about community partners, it could be churches that reach out to us and help in different ways. Different schools I've been at, churches have been a huge part of our community involvement just when it comes to backpack programs, providing food or funding, or even, activities for our staff. But I think also another key part is our first responders. So we do have where they come into our school, they just make sure everything is set up safely, usually at the beginning of the year. We also have where we just had first grade had a field trip. So the fire department came out so that the students know, hey, if we see them present, whether it's at home or at school or wherever we may be, they're here to help. We also have an SRO that works very closely with our assigned school that helps us with our DARE program through the sheriff's office, as well as any needs that we may have throughout the year.
Great. I think we're doing a good job at Hutchins reaching out to different community members and having them come to our school and support us.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Okay. What do they provide or do for our school or district?
So I think I might have answered some of that in my last response, but just really, being present, I think it helps the students, we say all the time, it takes a village. It's not just us here at the school level, it takes everyone around us. Our parents are a part of that community as well as stakeholders. And so we just finished up conferences. So having them come in even and feeling a part of our school, we've got a resource room they can use to access materials to work with their students at home. So including the parents, our first responders, just other communities like our churches. In that piece, we've got a trunk or treat. PTA can play an important role as well at the school level. We're starting that back up here at Hutchins, but I know at previous schools that I've been at, the PTAs have been a real big piece of just bringing everybody together, from the community partners to the parents and the staff.
Yeah, you're so right. That PTA really brings in another layer that, people you might not have thought of, and they can provide something for our school that really supports whatever
Yes.
program we're trying to use.
It really does take a village.
Yes. And I love too how you talked about the first responders. So, but thinking back to that first grade trip, or when they came to our school, what they teach our children, are things we as teachers and educators,
don't always think about.
Yeah.
And that's something that can be applicable at home or any situation that they're in. Just, I remember when I was young, that stop, drop, roll, and just being aware of what do you do in those situations. So
yes,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The next one. What does our school / district do for the community partners?
Well, that is some change that has occurred at the district level. So in the past, it had been more at the individual school levels where you had your community partners that were around your area that you were able to work with. But unfortunately, that wasn't always proportionate to every school. So the district has worked really hard to pull together all community partners within our district and keep like a running list of those in ways that they can work within schools, whether it's as readers or other outlets maybe that they can provide services. But they also, I think, have regular meetings that they go to at the district level. But I'm not as familiar with what they do more so at the district level than what we would do maybe at our local level.
Okay. Do you know, do they get to share that list out?
There is someone at the district level that helps manage those, and then I believe it's available to administration to be able to view and see how they might be able to use certain partners.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. What other partnerships should our school or district be considering?
I think that when you're looking at partnerships that you could have throughout your community, it could be from banks coming in and just talking about money, because a lot of the times, especially in our digital age that we're in, students aren't always exposed to that as much. So just considering any way that they can come in and be a part of our schools, not just so much at the district level, but really coming in. I mean, we're elementary, but this could be applicable to elementary, middle or high. Just even thinking about job-based to give them that exposure to this might be something I want to grow up to be. So I think anytime that we're able to expose our students to our community partners, we're building that bridge and also showing them job opportunities.
I love that. I love that you said bank specifically, because I know that hits every grade level.
It really does.
How we really need to focus in on
saving,
handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and even like exposing them to credit cards at a young age and things of that nature. So I love that.
Very
Great.
good.
Okay, so what would need to be done to make current and future partnerships more equal?
I think that is something our district is working on, is establishing more of an equality across the district so that everyone has access to people that are willing to serve as community partners. Whereas there are some schools that maybe are more affluent, so they have parents that want to be more involved within their specific school, as well as communities, businesses that are local to that specific school that want to just be a part of that one school. Take, for instance, where we're located, we don't have a lot of businesses around us. So really having the district consider every school and how we can make it more accessible is a really great idea, and I think that we're on the right track.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know being a Title I school, we tried for the past years to get more involvement from the community.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, where we're at, we're not in an accessible area, first
True.
of all. And like, even if we wanted to reach out to a bank, there's not one close to us, so we'd have to go a few miles, down the road to get one. So location is something to be considered as well for us. So
Very much so.
if the district could get involved to help us be more,
Mm-hmm. Balanced.
yes, then that would really be helpful.
I agree.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today about community engagement. I've learned so much that I didn't even think about before. So I appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.